こんにちは。ミーと埼玉の英語でダイバーシティ始まります。今日はカナダとお金シリーズ第2弾ということで、カナダの銀行のウェブサイトを見てても一体どれがどういう商品なのかようわからんってことはありませんか？で、私もそうですし、そうだった。今ちょっと勉強してるところなんですけど、まだわからないこともたくさんあります。で、今日は基本的な銀行の取扱い商品とその概要をお話ししていきたいと思います。少しでもこれからカナダに来るという方や、全くそのカナダの銀行はチェッキングとセービングぐらいしか使ってなくて、その他の商品はあんまり考えたこともないよっていう方に、聞いていただきたい、とっても基本的な、情報のお話をするので、ぜひ、お聞きになっていただけると嬉しいです。じゃあ始めます。
Alright, so I think today we're talking about bank products. And first thing I want to say is for North America, I think we define the types of accounts in terms of short term, long term, and transaction types. So the difference between checking and savings is the amount of transactions that you do, let's say in a month or in a week or in a day, whereas checking you can use it frequently. So you make small payments, you make deposits, you can do it daily, weekly. Whereas savings is you deposit monthly, deposit annually, and you withdraw once in a while. So that's the two difference between checking and savings.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, that's not the main product we want to talk about today.
No, but sorry. I mean, those aren't the main products, but that's how you want to start looking at these products as how you intend to use and how long you intend to use it for.
Okay, so we want to talk about the other products, which is credit card, mortgage, loan and line of credit, GIC account, investment account. If you are living in Canada, you know that you hear those words around banking or your online bank account. So let's go through all of it, but we only talk about basic information about those products.
Sure. So let's say credit cards. Everyone
knows, ne?
Right? So credit cards are it's essentially a small loan from the bank, right? Like your bank agrees to let you spend up to this amount per month, and you have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Either at the end of the month, or you get charged an interest on the amount that you don't pay back.
Oh, it's monthly?
Yeah.
The interest rate? I see.
Yeah.
From the time you spent?
No.
That month, or it's all together?
No. So the credit card has an annual interest rate.
Yeah.
Right? But that annual interest rate is only if is divided over 12. So let's say if your credit card has an interest rate of 12%, it means it will charge 1%. I think no, it's 12% APR, and then they charge you on the amount that you don't pay back at the end of the month. Right? That's kind of straightforward. Right.
Yeah. So, what the difference between the usage of credit card in Japan and Canada is, in Canada you have to manage the payments by yourself. But in Japan, once you use the credit card at the counter, you choose one-time payment, two-time payments, or bonus payments. I know it's funny, right?
Yeah.
So, credit card company decides they have the fixed date of the deduction, the payment, deposit date.
Yeah.
So you use it, and then you say, okay, one time, right? One-time payment, and then on that next deposit day, they will deposit automatically from your account. So it's automatic payment. You have to pay. I mean, you have to have that amount in your account. However, in Canada, you have to go into your account by yourself and then pay it.
Okay.
So for Japanese people, it was difficult to adjust this style. And then people normally say it's so like because it's not automatic, you can be really debt. How do I say?
Debt-ridden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the first time I've heard about this. So it sounds more like in Japan, credit cards are treated. There's two classes of here. The first one is that you pay it back in full at a later date, right? So that's the concept of a charge card. So American Express is a charge card.
Oh.
Yeah. So so there are some American Express that are credit cards, but Amex, the original Amex, is a charge card. So you can put as much as you want on it, but you have to pay it back at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And if you don't, there's a huge interest payment. Right? So that's kind of similar to, it sounds like that's similar to how credit cards in Japan work with the one-time payment. You agree to repay back at a later time in full.
But yeah, every purchase you can choose.
Yeah.
So
right.
like let's say if I buy computer, like $2,000 computer in Japan, I'm like, I don't have $22,000 in my account right now. So I would say, okay, bonus payment.
Okay.
And then in that way, normally in Japan, like if you are working in a certain size of a company, you will get bonus twice a year in June and in December.
Okay.
And then at that time, the credit card deposit.
Okay. Okay.
2,000.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna ignore the way the payment is structured. I'm just gonna focus on the method of payment. So charge card is you pay back at the end of the month, whereas in Japan you pick the term or the length when you pay back, right? So that is actually similar to the new concept of buy now, pay later. That's being introduced in Europe.
That's horrible.
No, well, kind of. So the buy now, pay later is essentially a financing scheme where you make 5 equal payments for this product over like 4 months or over 5 months, over 5 weeks, instead of paying all at once or put it on your credit card and pay it later. So it sounds like Japan has already been introduced to the buy now, pay later concept.
Yeah, that's why that Japanese people don't like credit cards.
Yeah.
Because you can easily get that without like feeling about it.
Yeah.
So that's why now I like Canadian system more because you have to like proactively subject, like you are the subject, like you have to go to pay.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to manage your money like regularly. Yeah.
This system, the credit card system, actually is, to my mind, is very good for people who are organized.
Yeah. Like, but in any financial sense, you have to be organized.
But I actually like this buy now, pay later, so I can like.
Really?
Yeah, because if I like, okay, I can buy this TV. It's $1,000.
No, I don't want you to use this.
Oh no, I'm definitely not using it. But I mean, I like the idea. It's like I can automatically say, oh, I can split it up into 5 payments, and I can plan my purchases. So that way, if you have a fixed monthly budget, this is a very good way to live within your budget. But you end up having to pay more because you are pushing the payments out. So this is similar to a line of credit, kind of.
That's true. Okay.
We'll discuss that later.
So yeah, I do. So in here, I do use the credit card basically, not debit card for our daily use because we can get points, and then it's like you have to pay. No, like obviously you have to pay regularly. So it's not like Japanese credit card. I can manage my money better with points or cashback.
Yeah. So here, credit card companies want you to use their credit cards and they lure you in with all those bonuses. Yeah. But eventually you have to pay it all back. So people here tend to go into debt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, okay, so there is a large amount of people who do not pay their credit cards in full at the end of the month. They'll pay like up to $1,000, and then they'll leave the rest on credit, and then hopefully next month.
But you will get more interest though.
Yep. So if you don't know how to manage your money, don't use credit cards.
Right?
Right? That's the rule.
Same,
right?
Yeah, that's everywhere. Okay.
That's right. Cash is king. That's why everyone says use cash if you don't know how to manage.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, mortgage.
Okay. So so a mortgage is essentially a loan to use for
real estate.
Yeah.
So it's house condominiums that you buy property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get mortgage.
Right. So here in Canada, a mortgage is only used for a house. You could use it for like businesses, like real estate business, but mostly for a house. And then our mortgages, even though it's called amortized, means you split the debt over 30 years, but you have to renegotiate your mortgage every 5 years, 2 years, or something, based on the term of the contract.
I see.
So
okay,
that's the
very basic information about mortgage.
It's just a large loan that you have to refinance or renegotiate with the bank every so amount of time.
Okay.
Right.
Next, loan and line of credit. So I think here is like many Japanese are wondering what it is. So loan we know because the term is not used in Japanese too, but not line of credit. So let's go with loan first.
Okay, so loan is simple enough. You go to the bank, you ask to borrow a certain amount of money, and you agree to pay it back over a certain period at a fixed interest rate. And then you are essentially, and this is depending on your contract, but you are most likely locked into that payment system. So you have to pay X amount every month, every 2 months, every week or something. Right?
So here, like normally people use the loan for car purchase, boat. That's cool. Renovations, like anything kind of large purchase, right? So let's we can talk about this. But you got car loan.
Yeah.
Right?
So when I purchased my car, I didn't want to pay it all at once, and I didn't have a line of credit that I could borrow from that met my loan. So I borrowed from the bank, the money I needed for the car, and I agreed to pay it back over 7 years.
Is that like you adjust it with the bank, right? Like if the bank say, okay, this amount we can give you this amount, but you have to pay it by this date, and then you will calculate the planning, and then you will adjust with your salary or something like that.
So I don't want to make it more confusing, but when I got the loan, I didn't go to the bank. I used the car dealership, and they got the loan for me.
Yeah.
So the car dealership got the loan, and the way it's structured is instead of saying you agree to them. Sorry, it's more like they give you the length of the term. Like we say, we can get you a loan for 7 years at this interest rate, at 1%, 2%, whatever. And then once you determine on how much you want to buy the car for, then they work out what is the monthly payment based on interest and term.
Then you check and then you agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
I think it's same. Okay. Then line of credit, it's the weird one.
Okay, so line of credit is just like a credit card, right? It's exactly like a credit card for North America.
But how do you use credit card?
Same thing.
Like how do you use the money amount in line of credit?
Okay, so let's talk about the line of credit first. The line of credit is the bank agrees that you are allowed to withdraw, this amount of cash at any time. You have to pay back a monthly payment. You have to make monthly payment based on a certain interest amount. That's your minimum. So the bank could say you must pay back 1% of the amount that you currently borrow every month. And then you keep paying that 1% until you finish off your payment.
It's so weird.
Yeah. So your loan does not end. It's your loan. You could stretch your loan out for like 5 years, or you can pay it back in like 5 days.
It's really bad.
Okay. So that's the term and the method you pay back. The way you use it is that, like credit cards, they give you a card. Credit cards.
They do?
No. Credit cards, you get a card.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So your credit card, you can use it to pay at the merchant.
Yeah.
But a line of credit is a direct borrow from you to the bank.
So you can withdraw it from the money from the line of credit to transfer it to your checking account?
Yep.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
In that way, you can use.
Yeah. So the line of credit is a loan.
Okay,
from the bank.
it's very bad. Don't use it, people.
I mean, okay, yes, true. Line of credit is
It's horrible.
for people that don't know how to manage your money.
That's horrible.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I use it to pay like large one-time purchases that I don't want to pay off with cash because I want to keep that cash for like real emergencies. So if I know I can pay off this purchase in like 5 months, okay, I'll put it on a line of credit rather than trying to pay it all off at once.
Yeah, still.
Line of credit is more like the intermediate between paying off in cash and then borrowing a loan from the bank.
Yeah, sure. Does it help with your credit score?
Your credit score doesn't determine by any of this. Your credit score is calculated based
There's no merit with line of credit.
No, it does help with your credit score. Credit score is calculated based on how you are able to manage your account, right?
So does it help if
Yes.
you manage well?
Yes.
Like, okay, if I say like I don't use any I don't have any line of credit, but I do save my emergency cash on my saving account.
Then
right?
that does nothing for your credit score. Your credit score is based on credit. So if you have a line of credit and you don't spend it, it'll still help. If you have a line of credit and you borrow $100 and then you pay it back, that helps. As long as you either make payments, you're fine.
I know, but that's the only merit, I guess. Then.
Yes, because
for people who does have saving.
Because people have to understand. Yeah, people have to understand that credit score gets built up over time. You can't have like a credit card in 1 year and then you expect the bank to trust you as a worthwhile creditor, borrower, right? But if you can prove that over 10 years that you have been making equal payments each time, the bank knows that you're able to manage your money, right?
That's so still.
Yeah.
But so like one day he was talking with the agent from this bank, and then they offered Saitama-kun the line of credit.
Oh yeah.
And then I heard it, and I said no.
So yeah.
It's so bad but if they see they can check their credit, people's credit score and so they see that Saitama-kun can manage the money or something, and then they will offer you the product line of credit, and then basically they are selling you the debt.
Of course.
So it's like no.
Well, that's their role, right? They're salesmen.
Yeah.
It's my fault if I go into debt.
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's why I'm kind of scared of line of credit.
Yeah. Line of credit, you have to be.
It's not good.
You need discipline.
Because you have, you misunderstand, you have such a big amount of money as if you have it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is
oh
the
my
scary
God,
part.
that's really scary.
Because people thinking that, I can only pay back 1%, 2%, 3%, that's nothing.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that the bank can raise the interest payment at any time.
Yeah.
Well, not any time, but they can raise it from like 2% to 25% because of whatever reason is going on with the bank. And then you're stuck making those payments. And then if you can't make the payments, then it really crushes your credit score.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay.
It's GIC account. What's the abbreviation? What
GIC?
That's standard.
Guaranteed Investment Cash Coupon? certificate.
Certificate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guaranteed investment certificate. So it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I say?
yeah.
So it's in Japanese. It's 元本保証元本保証された定期預金のようなものです。これは。Yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So it's essentially a savings account. It's a longer term fixed. Sorry, it's a fixed term savings account.
With
Or-
a little bit of rate.
Yeah. So like let's say
It's not that great.
no, it's not meant. It's the purpose of GIC is I think it's for a different reason.
Yeah. What is it? What's the purpose?
Okay, so it's small. It's to get people who are scared of losing their money to invest with the bank. Because once you say something is guaranteed, that's no longer an investment.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. So that's why they call it guaranteed investment certificate to sell to like people saying, okay, well, the savings account is only 1%. But if you lock your money in with us for the next 5 years, we'll give you 1.5%. I mean, if you are going to leave your money in there anyways, might as well get an extra 0.5%.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of a GIC.
True. Like you better leave your money not in saving account, but the GIC account if you don't touch it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? That's the benefit. And then it's like a stepping stone for people to get into investing so that they can understand if you hold on to your money for a fixed amount of time, you can get more out of it.
I see.
And for me, I think GICs is more like a bank's way of testing or trusting of people.
Yeah. That's what I read somewhere to gain the credit.
Yeah.
Credit? No,
Trust credit score. So it's like if you are a recent immigrant and you have no credit history in the North America, in Canada, they'll say, okay, we'll let you, we'll give you a credit card for like $5,000 monthly, but we need you to buy $5,000 GIC.
Yeah.
Right?
I heard, like, I was reading someone's article saying if you're an international student, you should open the GIC.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if you want to get PR eventually,
It
so
helps.
that you can save up, how do I say, to get your credit score.
Build credit score. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Huh.
That's why. Yeah.
I should have done that.
Well,
I didn't get GIC.
Well, I'm guessing no one ever told you, right? Because it's not really. You don't tell it to people. You don't sell it to people because it's a very low commission, right? Because remember, when you go to a bank, anytime that they recommend something for you, they're selling you the product, right?
True. I see.
So.
But if but I would think about it.
No,
because,
it's smart.
Yeah.
So with GICs is what you do is you ladder. This is okay. So I'll give you an example. It's like, let's say you let's say you buy a GIC that's 1 year. You buy one GIC in January. So that means it goes all the way through the year, and then the money will be returned to you in January, plus a little bit extra. So then in next month, February, you buy another GIC, and then in March, in February, and all the way until December. So that way, you lock your money in for 1 year, but every month you still get some money that comes from another GIC. And that's how, let's say, retirees, like people that are retired, try to earn a little bit more money in their account, right? Because at least every month, there's some money coming back, and then you can choose to reinvest that money or take it out as cash.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Okay. Investment account.
So with investment accounts, there's 2 types. Actually, there's 3 types. Tax deferred, tax free, and just regular cash.
Yeah, regular.
So.
Do you have regular one?
Regular cash account? Yeah.
Yeah, the investment.
Yeah. So I have all 3.
For you trade.
Yeah, I use my regular cash account to do my small little day trading or intraday trading or trading, whatever. Because you can't trade in an Rrsp or TFSA. There are rules.
You can't trade?
You can't day trade. And you
can't day trade.
And then there's a rule to what classifies as day trade.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. don't go into there.
Yeah, so I won't go into there, so that's why I said cash.
Tax deferred and tax free. So let's talk about tax deferred accounts.
So let's talk about tax free first.
Which one?
Tax free.
Tax free. Okay.
TFSA tax free.
Yeah, TFSA. Everyone have heard of it. I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's TFSA tax free saving account, and then it says saving, but you can make it saving account, but it can be trading account.
So the word savings account doesn't really mean that it's a saving account. It's just meant as a way to get people to the idea of savings.
Yeah.
Right?
That's so tricky.
And then so the way tax-free saving accounts works is this is assuming that the money that your income has already been taxed.
No more, yeah. If you have net income, that's after tax.
Yeah, so it's after tax money. So if you make any profit or gain from your investment that you made inside a tax-free savings account, they won't tax that when you withdraw it because it's already been taxed.
So you can invest with the money in TFSA account.
Yeah.
And then if you get a benefit from profit from it, they don't tax you.
So there are restrictions on what you can invest inside a TFSA. So that's why it's meant as a savings because you can't use it for anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Like any trading.
Yeah.
No.
Like I can't use it to buy options or derivatives because that's a risky investment. So it's not considered savings. That's the purpose of these, is to get people to save money long term.
Yeah.
Not be risky.
So can we withdraw the money from TFSA anytime?
Yes, you can. The rule is you get $5,000 limit for every year that you have been 18. And then you are allowed to deposit $5,000 per.
So
but if you withdraw money, you can withdraw as much as you have in your account, but you can only put in $5,000 every year, plus whatever contribution you had or withdrew from the last year.
Yeah, in total.
Yeah, in
total.
So
if you have multiple TFS accounts in like different banks,
it has
in total you only can deposit $5,000 per year.
So
plus additional from the last year, previous years. Yeah.
Right. And then.
So be careful.
Yeah. So.
But you can check it in CRA account.
You can. The CRA tells you.
That's very easy to manage.
But CRA, it'll take time for them to update. Right. So you can't like put in money and then expect them to update.
Right. And then I also read that in a year you already let's say the limit is 5,000.
Yeah.
And then I put let's say I put 5,000 on TFSA in March.
Yeah.
Right? Like early stage. And then I withdrew 2,000 in May. And then I think as if I only put 3,000.
No.
And then I put 2,000 in September.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a mistake.
Yes.
So never do that.
Yeah, people need to know that just because you withdraw money, it doesn't mean you add contribution. It only adds it next year. So be careful. So now the next two are called registered saving plan. And one is called registered retirement savings plan and registered education saving plans.
Yeah.
So Rrsp is meant for a person to create a savings account for education purposes. And then the other account, Rrsp, is for retirement purposes. And they each have their own reasons and tax reasons when you withdraw, but Rsp's, registered savings plan, are meant to be tax deferred. So that means any money that you put into these accounts, you can deduct from your income. So if I want to say an example, if you have an income of $1,000 a year, and then you decided at the end of the year, this $1,000 income you take $100 and you put it into a RSP, registered saving plan, you get to deduct $100 from your from your gross income. So to the government, you only have $900 because you put 100 into a registered saving plan. And then later on, when you decide to withdraw from that account, you will be taxed based on the income at that time. So the benefit of an RRSP, registered retirement saving plan, is that if you are a high income earner now, you get to deduct money from your higher bracket, and then you will pay back that interest, or you will pay back the tax amount on the income later on.
So like it's supposed to your income lowered when you retire, so it's better, like tax in terms of tax payment, it's better.
Yeah, that's why they use the term tax deferred, is that you defer or delay tax payment on your income later on.
Gotcha.
So the benefit of RSP is mainly for higher income people, right?
Okay.
And then TFSA is meant for people who are lower income.
I'm not sure because RRSP is locked, right?
It's locked, but
so maybe.
Yeah, I know. But you got to think of it in terms of like people that make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
If you put in, you're allowed up to 18% of your income. So you get to deduct 18,000 from 100,000, but you're deducting from a higher tax bracket.
Yeah.
Right. So you get it. So our listeners now should understand that all these different types of accounts are not just one is best for you. It's best on your timetable and your type of spending and your type of transactions. So I have pretty much every single one of these accounts except for a mortgage.
How about RESP?
I don't have that because RESP is mainly like parents buying it for their children.
Yeah.
Grandparents buying it for children.
Yeah, education, like mainly if it's in Canada, normally it's for university, colleges, right? Because up until high school, if it's public, it's free, right?
Yeah.
Tuition. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public schools free. I think you can buy RESP to pay for like a private high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's using, but I mean, anyone can buy an RESP.
But I wonder what's the RESP's term. It's like
I don't know.
Parents have to decide, like when the child gets to the age of 18 or something like that. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know the rule. I think it's like once they hit 18, they're allowed to withdraw from the account. Yeah. But if they don't go to school, you can take the money out, but then you have to pay interest. I mean, you have to pay tax on it for a different reason. My parents never bought that, so I don't know anything about it either.
Okay. That was a good knowledge, basic knowledge about the bank products, I think. Yeah, so maybe for the listeners in this of our podcast, I would recommend to buy TFSA. Not buy, but open the account for TFSA. But if you are working for company, RRSP can also include it in the benefit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of, so companies, when they offer benefits, some of them offer RRSP contribution matching. So if you put 2%, they'll match 2%.
Yeah.
But they'll have their limit. They'll cap how much they'll match.
So it's like, I would say, 確定拠出年金. The system is very different, I think, but they do have company, the RRSP system benefit, but also there is personal ones that you can open up for yourself. So yeah, it's very similar to 確定拠出年金. Yeah.
So if you ever get the option that your company will offer you free money, take it.
Yeah, take it for sure. You have to check if they have those options.
Yeah.
And then you also have to what's the amount of a matching?
Yeah. And you have to also pay attention to the rules when you can withdraw it.
Yeah.
Right?
You have to set up so that you don't go over the limit.
No, not that.
But it has that too, right? Limit.
Okay, so the rules limit is 18% of your income, and that's a government limit, so it's not anything your company can do.
No, I know.
What I meant is each company will have a rule on how long you must hold your money inside that account. So my company is 10 years that I must have my money inside that Rrsp account for 10 years before I can withdraw it. So that's way that the government, or not my company, but the company guarantees with the bank that's holding my Rrsp that I won't just take the money and run. So the account is one thing. The rules for the account you have to pay attention to.
But what I was talking about is the limit, like 18%. And because you have to manage it. Because if you have account in company and your personal one, it's combined.
Yes, it's combined.
So it's also like when you set the percentage within a company, you have to be careful.
See, well, yes, that's true. But when it comes to depositing your money into a savings account, if you are able to beat your 18% income, you should already be able to manage your money.
That's
right?
true.
Like most people put in like 5% max. But if you can put 18%, you have a lot of disposable income. That means you should know how to manage your money.
Specifically for Rrsp, like 18%, it's like
that's a lot.
You're living a good life.
It's either that or you manage your money very well, like very low spending.
I guess. Sure. Okay, that will be it for today. What?
Good luck investing, my friends.
We haven't talked about investing in Canada yet, but it's very difficult for me, so it's gonna be mainly Saitama-kun talking.
Very interesting.
But the Canada and money series continues after this too. So look forward to it. Onegai, please. Okay?
Sayonara, friends.
はい、さよなら。また来週。バイバイ。はい、ということで話していきました。すいません、ちょっとリビングルームのね、風とか、なんかお隣さん、ご近所さんの扉の開け閉めとかがなんかちょっと入ってたっぽいんですけど、すみません。ちょっと調整してみしたりしてるんですけどね。はい。お聞き苦しいところが。そう、私がね、いきなり笑ったりして申し訳ないです。すみません。ちょっと気をつけます。で、早速日本語で、お話ししてきたことを解説というかまとめていきます。まず、埼玉くんが北米の銀行というのは、短期、長期でお金の、出し入れの種類によってアカウントが作られるっていう話をしてましたね。これは日本とほぼほぼ同じだと思います。で、基本が先週お話ししたチェッキングアカウントで、生活資金として日々使うアカウントと、お金の出し入れが、もうほぼほぼ買い物するたびに起こるような、アカウントとセービングアカウントって言って、そうですね、長期というか短期貯蓄をして、月単位で貯めていったり年単位でガバッと貯めたりとかで時々、緊急資金として使ったりとかするアカウント、基本的にはそういう風に使われているアカウントの2つの種類がとっても基本なアカウントというお話をしましたよね。でまず、私たちが話したのが、その他の銀行の商品としてはまずクレジットカード、モーゲージというふうに英語では言いますが、住宅不動産ローンで、ローン&ラインオブクレディットって言って、普通のローンですね。日本語でもローンと言いますが、ローンとラインオブクレジットっていう商品。その他 GIC アカウントで、インベストメントアカウントというふうにお話ししてきました。で、まずクレジットカードからお話ししますね。で、クレジットカードって皆さんもご存知なので、そんなお話しするほどのものでもないんですけど、簡単に言うと銀行に借りれる小さい、ローンですよね。 で、カナダの銀行では基本的に契約した時点でそのクレジットカードにもいろいろな種類がありますけども、年単位で利息が決められてます。でそれを、その利息があるんですけども、もちろんそのすぐ支払っていれば、月単位かな、月単位で遅れた場合は、その利息がかかってその分チャージされるっていうことなので、自分で毎月毎月、毎週毎週は定期的に支払ってればそんな困ったことにはほぼなりません。で、どういうことって感じが今の言い方だと思うと思うんですけど、2人で話してた時も話してた通り、払い方が全く日本と違うんですよね。で、もしかしたら日本も今ではこういう仕組みの銀行とかクレジットカード会社もあるかもしれないんですけど、基本はカナダだと自分から支払い処理をしなきゃいけないんですね。なので、例えば私もクレジットカードを生活資金、日々の生活に使ってますけど、例えば私が、そうですね、スーパーに行きましたと。で、私のクレジットカードで、そうですね、例えば30ドル分お買い物をしたとします。で、その日帰るじゃないですか。そしたら、その額が当然オンラインバンクのそのトランザクションのヒストリーに、履歴ですね、に、チャージされるというか表示されますよね。で、その額をそのオンライン画面上で自分でお支払いするっていう能動的に動く処理をしなきゃいけないんですね。で、もちろん人によってやり方はいろいろあると思うんですけど、私と埼玉くんは基本は週1確認して、1週間分のトランザクションをまずそのアカウントの履歴に行って確認します。で、変なトランザクションがないかは絶対確認した方がよくって、間違えて多くチャージされたりすることもあるので、とか、フラードもね、詐欺かな、そういう変な引き出しがないかっていうのを確認して、問題なければ、チャージされてる分だけ、払うっていう操作をねします。はい、なんか日本の支払いの仕組みをお話したら埼玉くん結構びっくりしてて、それはチャージカードって呼ばれてるものだとか言ってましたけど、なんかよくわかんないですけどね。でも私は結構このカナダのクレジットカードの仕組みが生活費管理という上では逆に日本よりもすごく使いやすいので気に入っています。はい、もう絶対にただ絶対に履歴を確認するようにしてください。はい。で、定期的に支払うことでただ単に生活してるだけなんですけど、こういうふうに借りたものをきちんと返す、利息なしで返すってところが、後々のクレジットスコアに影響するというかしていくので、私はもうクレジットカード作って4年ぐらい経つのかな、カナダで。でも4年でもうだいぶいいですね、クレジットスコア。全然お金持ちじゃないけど、クレジットカードの使い方が多分、信用されてるのでもう多分普通の日本人の感覚だったら余裕でクレジットスコアどんどんビルドアップできると思います。ので、詐欺にだけは気をつけて、はい、クレジットカード作るとか使うって人は、はい、やってみてください。で、次にモゲージですね。で、モゲージって、いわゆる住宅不動産ローンのことなんですけど、もう私はもうモゲージとローンとか言われて、なんでモゲージって全然違う単語になったみたいな、ローン使えばいいじゃん、ローンって単語とか思っちゃうんですけど、モーゲージが住宅ローンの話です。で、これはすっごい大きい、住宅ローンなんで一番ね、人生の中で人々がする一番大きい買い物と言われている、住宅ローンのことですね。基本何十年、30年とかの分割返済をするローンのことですね。で、ローンの契約期間によって2年とか5年ごとにローンの更新をしていくのが普通だそうです。次がローンラインオブクレジットですね。で、ローンの方だともうすぐに日本人の方も、馴染みがあると思うのでわかると思うんですけど、固定ある期間内にこの利息っ で、借りられるまとまったお金のことですね。で、日本も同じように車とかで使われるものです。で、なんか他になんか例ないって聞いたら埼玉がボートって言ったらなんかボートってすごいなと思ったんですけど、まあでもそういう感じですね。あとはリノベーションとか、家の一部を改築するとかリノベするときとか、お風呂丸々リノベーションとかそういうふうに、お金を使うと普段使ってる額よりはめちゃくちゃ大きい額になると思うので、そういった時にローンを組む人もいるっていう、ファイナンスですね、話をしていました。で、車を買う時は、日本と同じだと思う。私が車を買った時はあの時はでも会社に行ったもんな、共済ローン組に。なので人によると思うんですけど、こっちは基本的にディーラーに車を買いに行ったとして、そのディーラーと銀行が、ローンの契約があって、なのでこの銀行でこういうローンでこういう返済期間と利息で、できますけどっていうふうにディーラーのセールスの方から、お話があって合意するとそれで車が買えるっていう感じですね。一緒ですよね。で、次が問題のラインオブクレジットで私がもうすっごい警戒してるやつなんですけど、仕組みはクレジットカードみたいなもんなんですけど、それがすごいキャッシュバージョンっていうんですかね。キャッシュなんですけど、クレジットカードはカードがもらえるじゃないですか。でもラインオブクレジットはまとまったお金を貸し付けてもらえます。で、この期間内に返済しなきゃいけないっていうのがないんですよ。で、ただ利息は決まっていて、かつ毎月必ずお支払いしなきゃいけないので、日本のクレジットカードのお支払いみたいな感じですかね、に似てるのかな。で、毎月借りてる金額のうち、何%を、支払わなきゃいけないっていう話がありました。なので銀行が例えば100万円貸しますって言って、で100万円使えるんですよ。ただ、お支払いに関しては100万円のうち緊急で10万円使ったその10万円のうちの、1% を毎月払わなきゃいけないみたいな感じ。もちろんそれ以上払えると思うんですけど、すごい怖いと思います。だってこれ返済期間ないんですよ。借金、これ管理能力ない人だと最悪になりますよね。謎だ。で、この使い方としては LINE のクレジットで貸付されたお金のアマウントがあって、それを自分の生活資金のチェッキングアカウントに移すことで使えるらしいです。で、基本は埼玉くんも言ってましたけど、緊急資金に使うらしいですよ。で、私はなるべく使ってほしくないから、徐々に使わせない方向に誘導しようと思ってるんですけど、何でしたかね。緊急で車の修理もめっちゃ高いんでね、こっちね。が必要になって、修理に例えばオイルチェンジをしようとして持っていったら、そのメカニックの人たちにこれも変えなきゃ、あれも変えなきゃ、こっちも変えなきゃって言われて、どんどん積み上がって$1000、$2000とかになっちゃったとか、そういう時とかに使ったことがあるっぽいですね。いや、もうセービングアカウントの貯金でどうにかしてくれって思うんですけど、そういうセービングアカウントのキャッシュを使いたくない時にラインオブクレジットを使うっていう話をしてました。で、結局これもラインオブクレジット商品なので、きちんとマネージ、毎月決まった額きちんとお支払いしてれば、クレジットスコアがにプラスになるらしいですよ。いやー、でもやっぱりね、絶対使わない方がいいです、これ。で、しかもその利息も決められた契約時に提示された利息が増える可能性がなくもないらしいです。なのでいきなり極端な話 1% 絶対支払わなきゃいけないっていう利息が 20% とかになって、もう慌てふためくことになる可能性がなくもないってことですよね。なのでもうこれはね、オファーされても私は絶対に買いませんっていうかもらえませんね。そう銀行からオファーされるんですよ。この間も埼玉くんが 多分インベストメントアカウントかなんかのお話でどこかの銀行とお話してたんですけど、その時についでにね、ラインオブクレジットこの額で、オファーできるけどどうって言われてたんですよ。もう絶対ノーですよっつっていやこれ危ないですよね。だって複数の銀行である程度クレジットスコアがいいと、もう何かと機会を見つけてはセールスされるみたいな感じで、もうちょっとやめた方がいいです。はい。で、次が GIC アカウント。で、GIC っていうのは Guaranteed Investment Certificate の略で、これはですね、インベストメントっていう投資商品ではあるんですけど、元本保証の定期預金みたいなもんです。なので、定期預金なので、ある一定の期間を約束して、この期間お金をこれだけ、毎月貯めていきますっていう。で、それにちょっと、セービングアカウントよりも少しだけいい、利息がついて、少しだけプラスになるってことですね。なので自分が好きなものを選べます。好きな期間を選べますね。で、目的としては、安全な投資商品。もはやギュアランティードだと投資ではないとか埼玉君が言ってましたけど、安全な投資商品であって、で、貯蓄預金を、持ってて、かつ貯蓄預金を全く触る予定がないんだったら、GIC の方に移した方がいいっていうか、GIC を買った方がいいかなっていう話をしてました。っていうのも GIC の方が少しだけレートがいいからですね。で、あとは銀行がその個人が信用できるかどうかを見るためのものにもなってると思うというふうに埼玉くんが言ってました。というのも移民とかに売り出されるらしいですよ。クレジットカード、この多分$5000の限度額のあるクレジットカードをカナダに来たばっかりの移民の人にオファーしてあげるってすごい有利じゃないですか。だけどその代わりに GIC 買ってねみたいなセールスをされるみたいです。あとは私もその GIC のことをちょっと調べてる時に、留学生だったら GIC はアカウントは持っとくのをおすすめするっていう記事を見ました。というのも、例えばその留学生でカナダに来て将来的に永住権を目指してるとするじゃないですか。そうすると、留学生の期間っていうのはいわゆる外国人だけども GIC を買って貯蓄していけば、信用が買えるんですよね、銀行から。なので後々移民した時とかに、移民した時じゃなくてもいいんですけど、後々クレジットカードの発行を有利に進められたり、移民になってクレジットスコアがその永住権を取るまでにビルドアップされていれば、その後のローンの組み方とか、車を買うとか家を買うとか、そういった時に、クレジットを成長させておけるっていうのはいいことですよね。で、次にインベストメントアカウントなんですけど、まず、インベストメントアカウントに関して、投資用のアカウントに関しては普通の、キャッシュ現金で、デイトレードとかができるような、アカウントを持てるっていうのと、あとはタックスディファードとタックスフリーのアカウントがあるっていうお話をしてました。で、まずタックスフリーのお話をしてたんですけど、皆さんご存知 TFSA がタックスフリーのアカウントですね。タックスフリーセービングアカウントです。皆さんご存知の通り、ここに入れたお金を使って投資して利益を得ても、ここでは課税されないというアカウントですね。なので、皆さん誰でも持っておくべきアカウントです。ただ、投資の商品に制限があって、オプション商品とか派生商品、金融派生商品は買えない。で、あとは、そうですね、引き出しはいつでもできます。なので制限がないですね。すごくいいですよね。タックスフリーだけど引き出しいつでも OK ってすごいなと思います。で、ただ、年$5000までの拠出しかできません。ただ、その前年に繰越分がある場合は繰越して OK です。なので、18歳以降1年$5000まで拠出して OK なので、私のような移民で、例えばそうですね、25歳で、永住権が取れたとしますよね。そこまでの18歳から24歳までの、拠出額も アベラブル、有効になるんですよ。で注意は複数 TFSA アカウントを持てるんですけど、持ってると、その拠出額を管理していくのを注意した方がいいですね。なので1年5000ドルのリミットだったら、5000ドルを2000ドルこっち、3000ドルあっちに入れるみたいな感じです。で、一応 CRA アカウントで自分のそのリミットを確認できるんですけど、その反映するまで若干時間がかかるので、一応自分でも把握しておくようにしてほしいというふうに埼玉くんは言ってました。で、あとですね、例えばさっき話してたんですけど、1年で5000ドルのリミットだとします。で、3月に、5000ドルも拠出しちゃいましたとしますよね。で、5月に2000ドルちょっと、必要になって引き出したとします。で、その後9月に、でも2000ドル引き出したから2000ドル枠残ってるなと思って入れちゃダメなんですね。1回5000ドル、拠出したらもうそれで終わりです。なので、もうその引き出した額とかは特に関係ないということは覚えててください。で、次に、Tax Deferred、繰越税ですね。の中で Rrsp と Rresp っていう話をしたんですけど、大変申し訳ありません。私たち超間違ってて、Rresp に関してはタックスフリーです。なので、ちょっとまず Rrsp の方を話しますね。で、Rrsp っていうのは、Registered Retirement Saving Plan っていうもので、定年退職後の貯蓄、長期貯蓄、長期運用を目的としたアカウントです。で、その今の現役時代に Rrsp に入金拠出しておくと、その分、その年の年収の計算としては、その Rrsp に入れた分がマイナスされた状態が年収として見なされる。なので、例えば1000万の年収があったとして、拠出100万してたとするじゃないですか。そしたら900万円がその人の年収とみなされて、それに所得税がかかるんですね。なのでもう明らかに有利ですよね。税の節約になります。で、引退後、定年退職などした後に実際に引き出すときに、その Rrsp にあるお金を引き出すときに実際に課税されるんですけど、その時点での収入っていうのは大抵の人が現役の時よりも減ってるはずなんですね。大抵の人はですよ。なので、減った年収に対しての、Rrsp の課税なので、現役時よりもずっと少ない、課税になるということで、埼玉くんは高収入の人に、有利な、アカウントじゃないかなっていう話をしてました。はい。で、次に Rresp なんですけど、これごめんなさい、タックスフリーです。で、教育資金の貯蓄ですね。もちろん自分の、例えばその大人になって、大学卒業して働き始めたけど、いずれ MBA 取る予定とか、いずれ、博士課程に入る予定とか、そういう人たちが自分のために資金を貯めることもできるし、親が子供のために開設することもできます。で、引き出しもいつでも OK だけども、教育目的に使うことが条件です。一応その他に使うこともできるんですけど、その時の場合は少し制限がかかるというか、ペナルティみたいなのが少しあるんですけど、そんなに重いものではないみたいです。そうですね、ポッドキャストを聞いてる皆さん、結構日本人でカナダにいる方が多いっぽいんですよね。なので、TFSA は基本的におすすめだなと思ってます。ただそうですね。っていうのも、その TFSA って投資もできる上に課税されないので、別に途中で日本に帰ってもあんまり問題ないと思うんですよね。引き出しできるから。なので TFSA は基本誰にでもおすすめできるかなと思ってます。で、RRSP の方は基本長い間こっちで働くとか、永住権を持ってるとか、そういう人は必ず入ってた方がいいですよね。で、会社によっては RRSP が福利厚生に含まれてるものもある会社もあると思うので、多分確定拠出年金みたいなもんですよね。日本でいうね。で、RRSP の方は年収の 18% が拠出限度額なので、自分で設定するじゃないですか。パーセンテージとかも。なので、そのあたりを気をつけておいた方がいいっていう話をしたけども、18% は まで拠出する人のあんまりいないんじゃないかなっていう話をしてたんで、確かにと思って。はい。あとはその会社の Rrsp の制度も絶対に熟読して、あるなら絶対に利用した方がいいという話をしてました。埼玉がフリーマニーじゃんっつって言ってましたね。ただその会社によってそのルールは違うと思うんですけど、例えば埼玉くんの会社だと10年間は引き出しができないという制限があります持ち逃げできないようにね。なのでそういったリストリクションを見ながら使う使わないとかも確か自由だと思うので、はい。確認してみてください。次の週はまだお金のシリーズしばらく続く予定です。こういうお金金融商品のお話をしてほしいとか、こういうすごい基本的なお話とかでもいいので、何か金融系に関しての質問とか、もちろんその他のリクエストとか質問とか、お悩み相談とか恋愛相談とか、あったらいつでも概要欄に載ってる Google フォームとか Twitter の DM とかでぜひぜひ、連絡ください。お待ちしています。それでは今日はこの辺で終わりにしたいと思います。And thank you for listening. We hope you have a wonderful week. Bye bye.